Here we have Trederra, fresh from Gencon. And when I purchased this at Gencon, I received out of the box these two cards and artifacts. One Trederra Artifacts card and one Mine Artifacts card. And I don't know if these are promos. I don't remember exactly what the reason was that they gave these. They might be Gencon promos, I have no idea. And I don't know what that means for Minecart or I think Trederra comes with Minecart backers only, but I'm guessing that they will include these in the shipment. So we'll see. But inside the box, let's see what's going on here. And on the back here, there's a lot of information about what are in the contents. And so, catalog, adventure book, separate adventure book, looks like, special rules, and there are, looks like 6 missions in the adventure book. And then again, different, it looks like different factions, just like the Serpent Men. But I'll be painting all of mine green, standard green color. I'm not sure why they have void spiders and slashers. Maybe, oh, if you don't have those, that core set, since they sell 2 core sets. And a painter's guide. And then an Otherworld doubles depth event. And then here are the enemy cards. You have the Legionnaires, who look interesting. Combat 2, damage 3, range 10 guns. Shots are dependent to the hero posse level, and damage is 4. You have the Trederran Lieutenant, who has some special abilities. The Trederran Mutants, and the Grenadier. So there are 4 enemy types in this box set. And it looks like 2 decks of cards. Let's see. So the threat deck, obviously. Huh. Doesn't seem like there's that many. Oh, the Otherworld threats. Oh, there's a lot of these. And the mutants. Oh, okay, so the Otherworld threat deck seems to be containing all the monsters. You have the Trederra map deck. Utilizing all of the Trederran world map. And then the mines, the mine map deck, which right now is growing to be huge with all of the different other worlds that are there. Mine encounters and mine artifacts. Let's see what. Oh, more Growing Darkness cards. Yeah, with Trederrans coming with those darkness cards, artifacts, Trederra Artifacts deck, a Void Canary. Oh, you can use this to cancel a Darkness or a Growing Dread card. And Expedition. Horseshoe. Okay, some good artifacts. And let's see what this deck is. Master Forged War Gear. It looks like you can equip the Trederrans with various gear, different kinds of gear. Oh, I see. So the Scorch Pistol can be used by a hero. That's why that promo card was there. A couple of others. Battlefield Scavenge. Let's see. Wow. It's a good number of those. Oh, these must be the specific scavenge cards for when you're on the Trederra Otherworld map. Weapons of War. Oh, these are for the Trederrans as well. Might be drawn randomly, not quite sure. You have battlefield orders, various orders. Otherworld card. Wow, there's a lot of cards. Because this game doesn't have enough cards already. It looks like you can do a ton to customize each of the Trederran units. Here are the different factions that you have of Trederrans, and each one has some special abilities. And then you have the Trederran encounters going on here. Oh, more artifacts. Well, that's good. That's good. There's more artifacts. Always like having a lot of artifacts. Toxic clouds. Stunned. Okay. Landmines. Okay, reference cards for shootout and assault, in case you didn't get that with other ones. But let's look at some of these artifacts. Gain 2 anti-radiation tokens. So grenades, gas masks, carbine here. Squid Canary. Ambush attack. Okay, so this cancels an ambush attack. Alright. And then, cool thing here is you have tank traps, so there's terrain. That looks like a lieutenant. And then this one. Oh, it's a mutant. Yeah, there are Trederran mutants. Did I see that? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know the mutants were in here. So the Trederran mutants are part of the box. Oh, that's good. And what are these guys? I think these are just a regular Legionnaires. Yep, looks like the regular Legionnaires. More terrain, and the Grenadiers. There's 3 of them, it looks like, are in this final package. And I think that's it. Is that it? Oh, no, of course, all of the map tiles. Underneath that box. Okay, let's see what's here. Oh, okay. Radiation. All these radiation markers, it looks like. And here's the starting tile. Mine tiles, and Trederra looks a little similar to the mines. If you have better lighting, I guess. Yeah, have poison, you have stunned markers. Not sure what you use these for. Anti-radiation shots. There's a cooldown. So maybe some of the weapons have cooldowns now. It's the same. Wonder what those are. Oh, and 2D tank traps. Oh, there's some kind of gas coming out of them when you flip them over. So maybe when they activate, they release radiation, maybe? More tokens. Yeah, shootout and cover. Fuel. Yeah, so these must be the 2D versions of the terrain that's already there. And what are those? Not exact. Is that a gun? An auto gun, maybe? Not sure. Oh, look at that. I wonder if that actually moves in the game. Okay. Ooh, cool. Look at this. This template. This must be something exciting. Maybe from one of the guns. Oh, look at these. Wow. That's super interesting. Maybe this is what shoots out of it? This kind of wave beam, maybe? Not quite sure. But that's very interesting to have these large guns. Ooh, look at that. There's a flamethrower somewhere in the game. That's exciting, having a flamethrower. More gas. Oh, these look like some kind of canister that's shooting out the gas. Oh, and look at this room where you have these turrets shooting all the way around in this office building. So that's super cool. And then a large room in the mines. You have these tokens. War plans. Banshee shockwave gun. The other side. Lots of tokens. Oh, I guess if you don't have City of Ancients set, then you can just use these tokens rather than using the miniatures. Ah, there's the radioactive unexploded bomb. And some more tiles. And the final one here. Force field generator. Grenades. And then another huge gun. Alright, super excited to see what new game mechanics that means for us. So I definitely feel like the Trederra Deluxe expansion has a lot more content than the Otherworld Caverns of Cinder. I felt like the Caverns of Cinder only came with 3, what are they called, lava men? But the fact that this has 4 different enemy types, enemy cards in it, and it feels like it has a ton more content that you can play. And at first I wasn't super excited about this as a Kickstarter. The Trederra, I probably wouldn't have chosen it, but after seeing all of the content and the fact that it introduces a lot of battle and war elements, makes for a much more interesting Otherworld than I originally thought. So kudos to Flying Frog. They did a great job with this expansion. Next I'm going to do an unboxing of the, I guess it's Wave 1.75. So there was an option for Kickstarters who are going to Gencon to go ahead and pick up from their pledge whatever they had available up to this point. So beyond Trederra, they were willing to give you all the stuff, mostly that was available for sale at Gencon. And so I went ahead and paid the $20. You had to pay $20 for them to ship their stuff to Gencon so that they could give this to you. And as a Minecart backer, this is what I got. The box was felt a little bit small, but actually seems like there's a lot of good content in here. So it looks like I get the 3 new hero classes. That's not available. Let's look at their cards real quick here. And so here we have the Cowboy. 14 health, 4 defense. You can recover grit on a roll. And travel. You can cancel travel hazards with the roll. Here's the female. Let's see, what is this? Oh, special rules, I guess, lasso and giddy up. And this is the upgrade tree, which I really like. About all the heroes, they have distinct upgrades that they can get. And here's the upgrade chart. And this is one of my favorite things about, which I think FFG did super well, was a huge variety of upgrades that you can pick from that makes your hero distinct from the other ones. Here's the Jargano native. Let's see, he has he can't use guns, books, or tech items. So, I guess that means he's primitive. But let's see, so he's more of a melee. His range isn't great. And he has a dark stone blade. So clearly this is a melee character, more primitive. And looks like they have an advantage over the Serpent Men. And their upgrade tree. And here's the Frontier Doc. Now this is the character I was most interested in seeing, to see if he was sort of like a cleric class. And it looks like his abilities here are focused on healing other characters. And can even choose to heal an injury or a mutation, which is great. And his melee ability isn't too bad. Initiative 4. So even though he's clearly, his abilities are for healing, it looks like he can do some battle. Here's the nurse. I guess they didn't have female doctors back then. But alright, so that's interesting. Definitely a support role, it looks like. Yeah, this does seem like a support role. Although here we have +1 combat and strength. So, interesting. Interesting. I'd be interested in playing him. Comes with some cards. So it looks like the Jargano native has special personal items that they can choose from rather than the regular personal items. And that's cool. That makes them feel distinct and specific to that other world. Oh, and they can choose to start with swamp fungus. Here's other starting gear. Okay. Jargano ability choices here. 2 hit at range is 4+. Also makes them, with a bow. Able to shoot with a bow. You can recover grit, a reroll, serpents. Okay, interesting. Starting gear here. Oh, doc. Starting gear for the doctor. Oh, that's cool. 6+, 2 hit rolls to do +2 damage. Okay, a collection jar. See, the doc's bag, which he starts with, holds up to 5 bandages token. Oh, and he automatically gains 3 bandages at the start of each adventure. Oh, that's cool. Wow, it's worth 800. Okay. And then Frontier Doc is an expert surgeon. Again, healing ability. Oh, you automatically pass all escape tests, so you can move around the battlefield, it looks like. Gain 50 XP when you encounter a new enemy type. And +1 damage if you have encountered in a previous fight. So as you gain experience of who you fight, you get a +1 damage. So that's cool. Looks like starting gear. Yeah, this is for the cowboy. Honestly, I'm least excited about the cowboy since he seems so generic. Watchman. Before always activate. More move, +2 move. Wow, that's pretty advantageous. You can potentially move 7 or 8 spaces. 1 grit. Continuous chain. Okay, so you're chaining adjacent targets. Okay. Oh, and then these tokens come with it. And the miniatures. So I'm going to go ahead and try and paint these, even though I was unsuccessful with Wave 1.5 Resin Heroes. Because of the mold release, I couldn't get the primer to stick. But I will try some of the methods that was posted on BGG on how to get paint to stick on these guys. So, and the folks at FFG at Gencon told me that they pre-washed these in vinegar in order to remove some of the mold release. So we'll see if that has helped. So that was that packet. This looks like the Flesh Stalker. This is a Flesh Stalker. And as a Minecart backer, I did have the option of paying $15 extra. I think it was 15. I can't quite remember, to add the flesh drones, because that's not included in these guys weren't included in the original, and they were added later. And so, just like Colonel Scafford was an option to purchase for non-Minecart backers for Outlaw. These were offered for purchase. So that's great. I appreciate that a lot. It makes it so that I don't have to buy the whole package just to have the flesh drones, which I think the whole package retails for $40. So being able to add those for 15 is great. So here's the pack for the Flesh Stalker. Interesting. 24 plus, oh, health, okay. XP 15. Doesn't seem like a lot. So only melee. Combat 4 with 3 damage. Flesh drones, which are sort of like his minions. They literally look like minions with one eye. And they're... Whoa, wait a second. They're 25 XP. Interesting. More than the Flesh Stalker? Does that make sense? And damage is contingent on what? I'm not quite sure what their damage is here. Oh, here it is. Hits ignore armor and have damage value equal to the 2-hit roll. Okay. And here's a little painting guide that comes with it. Explanation. Ooh, look at that. Some kind of experiments going on, sawing into his body. Oh yeah, sinister experiments. And there are two scenarios in here. Okay. Stunned, bleeding, control box. Yeah, some kind of DNA. Let's see here. These cards are about Tools of Terror. What are these cards? Fearcaster. Fleshstalker's terror is replaced with unspeakable terror. Splicer. They are literally tools of terror. Shock prod. Blade. Ooh, look at those shears. It's sort of like a horror movie. I wonder what world he's supposed to be from. Fiendish goals. Oh, okay. Some sort of plot items and goal items there. Oh, he's part of the derelict ship. Oh, okay, I see. Scout probe, saw. These are artifacts that you can get from the derelict ship. Interesting. Encounters. Additional mine encounters with him in it. Threat. These are all threat cards. Derelict ship threat cards. Here. Okay. Okay, good number. Good number of those. Bleeding. Fiendish goals. The model is -3 health for each bleeding marker. Okay. Alright, so that's the Fleshstalker. Alright, next up is the Allies pack. And these are not resin, these are plastic. See the mule here. And oh, the bodies are all the same, but I think the heads look different. Exploration chart. Kind of brings for a price, get the job done. Okay, so well, just a bunch of bad stuff that can happen to the henchmen. Yeah, none of these look good. So these are all the bad stuff that can happen to a henchman. Here we have the booklet explaining all of the models. We have just generic henchman, blacksmith, dog, pack mule, how to acquire them, advanced ally, and what they can do. Okay, interesting. Pack mule upgrades. An ally gains 1 ally XP token. Okay. So you can use XP to upgrade, I guess, your ally. So they receive separate. Oh, and even the pack mule has mutations. Second head, spiky skin, 2 tail ends, 2 front ends. That's hilarious. That it has its own unique mutations. Okay, and here's a card. Henchmen also get upgrades and their own mutations. That's awesome. Wow, that's way more detailed to the allies than I ever thought. Faithful dog. Well, they can roll an extra die for scavenge tests. Maybe assigned to an enemy. That enemy is -1 damage to all its attacks as well as -1 defense. That's super interesting. And then Blacksmith, we have, what's this major ability? Reroll their 2-hit rolls. And enhancements. Add +2 damage to one of their hits. And he has his own personal stats. Very interesting. So Henchmen add some new things. And here we have ally specialties. Oh, okay, so basically, I guess, are these just reference cards maybe? Oh no, it seems like each one of these are a little bit different. So maybe you draw one of these cards to see what makes them distinct. Wow. Daily, oh, more daily events in town. Oh, stuff that happened to henchmen while you're in town, and allies. More darkness cards. Yeah, there's stuff that happens to henchmen. So you can lose henchmen. Gear. Are these generic gear? Oh, you can find henchmen when you draw a gear card now. And then these are legit gear back here. And reference cards. Cool. Alright, here we have the Swamp Raptor. And the Sand Kraken. So it looks like what was in Wave 1.75, optional pickup at Gencon, is all the stuff that was on sale. I don't see anything here in this pack that wasn't available for sale at Gencon. So here's the Swamp Raptor. There's a chomp attack now with the Swamp Raptor. And then the Sand Kraken. Looks like he has a huge attack area. Oh, look at this. He does combat 3 but 5 damage for each success. That's a lot. And melee 3+. So wow, he's hitting you on a 3+. So he's doing quite a bit of damage. Yeah, Sand Kraken card. Explanation sheets. Release the Kraken. That's only one mission that comes with him. And the Swamp Raptor. Again, I mentioned elsewhere that it looks like you can have 3 of them spawn, but I'm not quite sure. Because at Gen Con they had a 3-pack that you could buy of Swamp Raptor, so possibly you could buy more of them. But let's take a look at their cards. Not a lot in the way of cards. So there's just epic. Oh, it's only an epic monster. So, okay. Let's see. These guys are also either epic. Oh, here it is. You have D3 Swamp Raptor, so you can have up to 3. So you must proxy if you don't have them. Just proxy 2 large. Are these extra large or large? I think they're just large, and I'm just proxying 2 large models for them. Oh, that's why they had a 3-pack. And then Otherworld Threat. Oh, cool. There's red ones. I guess they turn green as they age. So, and then these special tokens for the Sand Kraken. Ooh, Spit Acid, Entangle, Shriek, Abyss. Something must happen when you stare into its eyes. Interesting. So the final thing I want to mention is if you are a Minecart backer and you are a completionist, they had for sale these 4 items that is not included as a backer, just like the Swamp Slugs and the, I think, Hell Vermin or Hell Rats or whatever those were. You had to buy those if you wanted to be a completionist. In addition, the things that they offered this year are specific models for various special enemies and lieutenants. So this is the Grand Shaman. And again, you don't need these because you can proxy in the other figures to represent them. But if you wanted, you could purchase these so that you have direct representation. Here's Sergeant Bunker, who is a lieutenant for Colonel Scafford. And then the Void Magus. And honestly, I haven't encountered any of these guys yet, but decided to go ahead with it. And then here's a card supplement that came out, Edge of the Abyss. And these are essentially Growing Dread, additional Growing Dread cards, in case you wanted more variety in getting your butt kicked for the final boss battle. So there's quite a bit. So in case you're getting tired or it was too predictable, you can use these new cards to replace your current deck, or you can just mix in all of these. So yeah, it's basically a bunch of new bad things that can happen to you during the final fight. Yep. So again, if you're a Minecart backer and you want to be a completionist, you have to buy, and this was $10, Edge of the Abyss, these 3 models, and you need to get the flesh drones to go along with your flesh stalker. So here's what I have so far. This is wave 1 miniatures. Monsters are down here. Managed to paint all these guys fairly quickly, and then wave 1.5, I did that over here. A ton of minis. I think there was 100. I can't quite remember. And we've been playing Shadows of Brimstone, and I haven't even encountered most of those. And then of course, Belial. I was going to enter him into the Shadows of Brimstone painting contest that was at Gencon and managed to completely forget to bring him. Oh well. So I will be needing to paint up these 1.75 miniatures and add them to my collection. As you can see, there's no more room there on that shelf, so I have reserved this shelf for the rest of my Shadows of Brimstone minis. Looking forward to wave 2, the final shipment of the rest of the stuff, but this is crazy amount of content. Probably many years of gameplay left. Alright, thanks for watching.